All right, here we go.
Hello.
Welcome to another Hobby CNC with Dave show. I don't have any idea what episode number this is, so it don't really matter. It's one more than the last one.
It's all 69. Episode 69.
Yeah. But anyway, welcome everybody. Got my usual crew here with me. Paul, you got anything been working on, buddy?
Just to prove that I did something, I made a little fidget spinner.
Ooh.
Ah, okay.
Is that a print and place one?
No, it prints in 3 pieces or 4 pieces, each gear, and then each side prints separately.
Okay.
But yeah, it works really smooth. I was
That's pretty
surprised.
sweet.
Okay.
So that's what I did this week.
All right. I don't think I've ever printed one of those things.
That's the first one I've ever printed.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Ballard, I know you've been busy. Christmas light season in full swing and
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff. So, you got any exciting news to share with us?
I haven't done any CNC stuff, but I was just working on 3D printing stuff. And so last year I developed a new clip for Christmas lights, and was really cool. But the problem is, see how it has a circle there? That's for the
Mm-hmm.
bulb. That is patented. Somebody has a patent on a circle with a hole in it.
That's amazing that they would even let somebody patent a circle.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
So I was working on this one house today, and they got a new roof put on, I guess, a week ago, and they got gutter guards. And so usually I have these clips, and I will clip them onto the gutters, and they go across or whatever. But when you have the gutter guards, you have to go up underneath the shingles. Well, with new shingles and all that, they're really flexible, so they don't like gripping anything. So my clip that I designed goes underneath the soffit and clips onto the trim underneath in the soffit. And but the circle that I printed out on this one, and like a whole bag of them, the circle for these particular bulbs a little bit too small by like a millimeter or two.
Mm-hmm.
And so I took that opportunity to start working on a new clip design. And so after several, like 6 attempts or so of different iterations of it, I got a winner. So I just I got a new one. So it's kind of cool how it works, because I'll show you real quick here. So instead of a thing going on the bulb itself, this goes onto the wire. So you loop the wire underneath there, and you hook one side like that because it's so simple, and then it goes over to the whoops, I put it on upside down. It's not so simple. Anyway, it clips onto the other side, and it'll work. It's good. I literally just, like, as the music was playing, it finished printing. So I there's still some more tweaks to do to the overall design of it to get it to work better, but it'll be good. It'll work out. So
Mm-hmm.
pretty awesome. But there's no circle. Yay!
Yeah. So you're not patent infringing then.
No,
Good
no,
deal.
but I'm going to be able to actually patent the clip portion of this, at least. So, because there's nothing like that out there, so I may be putting in for a patent at
All right.
for the clip part.
Could you have changed that to, instead of a circle, like a horseshoe that light would just snap into?
Yeah, but the problem with that is that there's so many different bulbs, like, manufacturers out there, like
Oh,
the sockets on the lights themselves, and so
yep.
they're not all the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so trying to make something that will kind of work a little more universal is the better way to
Where
go.
the wire is always the same.
Yeah, yeah. The wire itself, there's people will use what's called SPT2, which is this one, it's a heavier one, or an SPT1, which is a little bit. It's like lamp wire, essentially.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, it clips right on there, and bingo bango, it's ready to go up underneath the soffit, and seems to hold pretty good. So it angles it down a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it'll work out.
Good deal.
Nice. Anyway,
So I'm assuming then we have no new Farmall news.
no, I haven't had a chance. I'm not going to have a chance to mess with it unless it's a rainy day or something. I was up in the lift yesterday on Veterans Day when it was we were getting 40-mile-an-hour gusts, and I was 30 to 40 feet up in the air on some of them. It was not fun. Yeah, Andy, I know. Eventually, yeah, they'll duplicate the clip design. That's actually part of the plan. Is to what you do is you get the patent started, like, so you can say patent pending, and then you lease the design to one of the other companies, and then you just collect the money for the clip, like your portion of the clip or whatever, as a royalty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I have not done a whole lot probably since I talked to y'all last week. I did. I think I showed this last week. This was my prototype
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
my inlay thing on Easy Go. Well, this worked, and like I said, I actually couldn't even get them back out without breaking them. So I printed another set of blue letters, and then I stuck them on a piece of blue painter's tape. And then let's see, when was I guess it was over the weekend. Uh, I was painting the body parts of the cart. So since I was breaking out my cranberry color, I sprayed this and actually have it all glued up and mounted on the front of the cart. And I have to say, I kind of like it. I think
Yeah.
it's good.
Sweet.
But I'll be doing the big reveal on the golf cart. I don't know, well, I'd like to have it done this weekend, but being realistic, it probably be maybe by the end of next week. But the last video I put out has done so poorly as far as views. I'm not going to try to break it up in any more things. I'm just going to go ahead and get everything done, and then I'll do a wrap up video where I talk about what all I did to it, um, how much it cost me, and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, looking forward to getting that done. I think it looks pretty dang good, but
Are you
Sweet.
going to paint the top too?
yes, yes, I got to clean it big time first because it's pretty nasty. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna paint the top as well. But this pretty much, and I got a bunch of stuff in the past couple of days. Been like Christmas around here because I ordered a whole bunch of stuff from Amazon. I got a rear view mirror in. I've got the seat covers because the seats are pretty rough and they're either really dirty on some of them, and on the ones that are more than dirty, they've got cigarette burns in them and stuff. so so I've kind of taped them up, and using the seat covers I'm going to use, it don't really matter what the actual seat looks like because you won't be able to see it. The seat covers are really nice. I think they're going to look good with that color that I chose. And I got the light kit in yesterday, so I'll probably work on that tomorrow. And let's see, there's something else I can't remember. I know I'm forgetting something. Oh, the windshield. Got a tinted windshield for it. So,
Sweet.
uh, but yeah, next step is to drag the um, what do you call the back seat roof support, all that
Yeah.
metal tubing stuff, whatever
Yeah.
that is.
Called candy canes.
Okay, yeah. So I've got to touch that up with paint and then let that dry, and then I'll be ready to mount that on because that has to go on before any of the next stuff I put on. But yeah, it's looking good. The guy that came today to fix my garage springs, he was pretty impressed. He thought it looked pretty cool. So
Awesome.
anyhow, that's all the news with me. Um, but we've had, and I noticed some folks. Marcelo was already talking about being cold up there in where is it? He's at
These Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls. Yeah, but yeah, it's. I think it's still pretty cold in some other parts of the country, but it got really cold here. Uh, it got really cold here. Um, Monday and Tuesday. It warmed back up today. It got up around 65. But man, I actually got out there Sunday. I think it was about 70 degrees, and I got out there Sunday with my lawn tractor because I had leaves all over my yard, and I thought, well, it's supposed to get really windy Monday and Tuesday. So if I don't get out here with the lawn tractor and try to chop up them leaves, which is, but I wasn't really cutting grass. I just more or less chopping up the leaves, mulching them, and so I got that done. And I swear the wind kicked up Monday, and you couldn't even tell I'd been out there with the lawn tractor because all the leaves are, ready to fall. And then when that wind kicked in, it just really come off of there. So leaves everywhere. But anyway, I got thinking about the cold weather, and I thought, well, that's something I don't know that I've ever even talked about uh, during the show is the way to operate a CNC machine and when the weather's cold. And I'm thinking, well, we will. Uh,
Everything's frozen.
Yeah.
The stream on the YouTube side seems like it's not working.
oh, I don't even have it open, so I'm not.
Well, let me see if mine's working here. No, it's frozen on mine too. It's just
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
yeah.
we dropped down to 4 people.
Let me try refreshing.
Yeah, it's buffering big time on mine.
Yeah, it is. Now I lost the chat by doing that.
Well, isn't that wonderful? Well, we'll continue on and act like because it looks like the broadcast is still recording, so
Yeah,
we'll just
There,
keep
I
on.
refreshed mine. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
we're
goes and comes and goes and comes.
yeah. There may be some people that have just given up, but we'll go ahead and act like we got an audience anyway, even if it's just us. Um,
that's what we do anyway.
Pretty much, yeah, yeah. But anyway, I thought I would kind of go through some things about cold weather running your CNC and what you should do and shouldn't do and stuff like that. And I got a list of stuff here, but you can't just when you start getting weather like we're starting to have now, you can't just go out to your shop, fire it up, and start going crazy with it. You may have a jacket on and be warm, but the CNC is not really ready to move that fast just yet. So it's uh, it's good to have a startup routine. Uh, first thing you should do is if you have any kind of heat out there in your shop, is go out there and turn your heaters on. Uh, I've always in the past before I got my really good heater that I've had the last I guess couple of years. I used to have little space heaters, and I would go as soon as I get up in the morning. I would go out there and turn them on and try to at least knock some of the chill off. But the heater I got out there now works pretty well, so I can go out there and turn it. And about an hour later, it's pretty toasty out there. So, well, I apologize if you're still hanging in the chat out there. I appreciate you because it looks like YouTube is sucking the big one tonight or something. But anyway, so you go out there and you turn your shop heaters on well in advance, 1 to 2 hours, to allow the machine's frame, electronics, and motors to acclimate and warm up. And usually electronics they like cold weather, but the bad thing is if you warm it up and get too big a difference, then you get condensation, and that can screw things up too. So you need to try to bring the heat up, kind of gradual and stuff like that. This thing says check control system if the machine has a too cold air. I've never seen a machine that has a air that pops up and says too cold. Usually they'll say something else. There's something isn't working. But yeah, you need to wait for the ambient temperature to rise before you move on. And then, of course, if you got fluids and lubrication, None of that stuff's going to work right when it's cold, especially a lot of folks, myself included, run a water cooled spindle. So you don't want to let it get, obviously, you don't want to let it get cold enough to freeze. And if you're living up there where Paul is, or even Ryan, probably, you probably want to put some kind of antifreeze in it. Um, I haven't ever had to worry about putting antifreeze in stuff. Of course, I'm running that CW 3000 chiller, and I use the word chiller pretty loosely there because it's really just a radiator thing. But I just run regular old water in it.
I
Uh,
run antifreeze in mine just to help in case of corrosion.
yeah, yeah. But my garage, like we got down Monday or I think it was Monday night and early Tuesday morning, we got down to where it was in the 20s. And then, of course, the wind was blowing. So the feels like temperature was probably in the teens, high teens or something. But I've found if I run my heater and I let it run and keep it toasty out there and then go out there and cut it off right before I go to bed, it's not going to drop that much because I mean, it's not perfect insulation, my outside wall, my garage door, and all that, but it's good enough that I think the coldest I've ever seen it out there is about 40 degrees. So it's still well above uh, freezing. So I don't run any kind of antifreeze in mine. Uh, even when I had the laser, I never used it, and never had to worry about that. But if you do live in a climate farther north, and you know it's going to get down that cold, you got to be careful because you wouldn't want something to freeze and bust because one of those plastic water lines would be just like a line on your house. It'd
Oh yeah.
freeze, crack, and then you don't know it until you get out there and start thawing things out. Next thing you know, you're pumping water all over your machine bed. So that wouldn't be cool. Lubrication, same kind of thing. You know how oil is when it's cold. It's like syrup. It doesn't want to move around good. So you want to bring all that stuff up to temperature and get the lubricants where they're, what do you call it, the viscosity, I guess. It's
Hmm.
got to get where it'll work right. And it's probably, I used to do this, and I've been doing this, I guess, forever. Even when I built my very first sidewinder machine, is I had a program written, not to make anything, but just a program written that would just move the machine from one corner to the back corner and then over here to this corner. And, it would just move everything around, and it wouldn't move it real fast. It'd just start off slow and then gradually get faster and faster as it kind of warmed up. But as you move stuff around, you kind of build some heat up um, in the linear rails or linear bearings or whatever you happen to be using on your machine. Let's see what else we got here. Machine power up and homing. Turn the machine on and let the electronics stabilize. That's another thing you want to do. Not just turn your heat on an hour or two ahead of time, but even well before you're ready to fire it up, go ahead and turn your controller on because the just having it on, the electronics will generate some heat. But if it does it gradually, you won't get the condensation that you might get if you just go out there and turn it on and try to start moving it around. Let's see, power on, turn on machine and controller, and of course, for some folks that are running a computer on top of that, like maybe you're running something and you got gerbil or gerbil or whatever you call it, or whatever kind of Mach 3, whatever kind of operating system, you might have a separate computer. So same thing goes with them. they'll start building up some heat as you turn them on. So I don't think I've ever had a computer just get so cold it wouldn't work. And I've been out there in my shop before I even my shop around back, which I didn't have any heat back there, and it's cold. And I don't think I've ever had a computer say no, I'm not starting. They usually do okay unless there's something else going on with them. But so okay, so you home your machine, execute the home or reference routine. This moves the axis, begins to circulate any internal lubricants, but do it at a reduced speed. Uh, like I said, because if the oil and the grease and stuff is like you know molasses or something, you don't want to try to do anything too crazy until it gets warmed up. Execute the spindle warm up cycle. That's, you probably should, if you're using a spindle or a router, either one, I guess. Turn it on, let it run at a slow speed too until you're just moving it around, cutting air or whatever. Um, yeah, here it's talking about manually run a program that cycles through staggered RPM steps for a total of 10 to 20 minutes. But there's probably nothing that you're going to be doing out in your shop when it's that cold. That's so important. You can't wait to get
Yeah.
things warmed up.
It gets to be a mess, that's for sure. Being
All
out in
right.
the shop in the cold is when there's no heat in there, kind of sucks.
Yeah, I can't really relate a whole bunch, but I know I hate the cold. I'm very cold
Yeah.
natured, and I hate being cold. And when I had my old Sidewinder out there in the shop around back, like I said, you go out there in the morning if it's and I insulated that thing, but the one place I couldn't insulate was the floor. So it didn't really matter. If it was 32 degrees outside when you first went out there, it'd be 32 degrees inside.
Yeah.
There was no, you know, I insulated the walls, the ceiling, every place else but the floor. But I thought, man, after I did it, I thought, man, that's kind of a waste because it doesn't make a darn bit of difference. But uh, but that's where I would start doing all the kind of warm up things.
Yeah.
But and I know, Paul, for you, your CNC is what in your basement.
Yeah, yeah, yep. Mine and really, it's the coldest in the summertime when the air conditioning's running.
Oh, I'll bet. Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, it's still comfortable. But yeah, I don't have a problem. But I like you were talking about uh, water cooled spindles. Yeah, I run antifreeze through mine just for to keep from corrosion and rust and all that kind of stuff.
Now, do you use the pink RV antifreeze or the
I use
regular?
regular automotive antifreeze.
Okay, okay. I guess they're pretty much the same. Just I don't know what the big difference is, but I know the automotive should be corrosion preventative. I would think,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I look at this count. I see we got three watching, and that's probably Paul's probably one of those. I don't
yeah,
know if
yeah.
Ryan's another one. So we're probably. I'm hoping this is
Still
working
frozen.
correctly, so that at least if people want to come back and watch it, uh, on the replay, that we
Yeah,
at
it's
least
still
have a good
frozen.
recording to do. Otherwise, we're just whistling Dixie here, aren't we?
Shooting shit.
Now we got two watching.
Let me.
Now we
Let
got
me.
one watching. I'm the only one.
Well, it should go up here by one because I'm going to turn it on again. I turned it back off. Let's see if it's doing anything. Man, it starts right away buffering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with this. I wouldn't think it's an EV Mux thing, but I don't know. YouTube to me here lately has been doing a lot of things that I just don't understand. Namely, I don't know how I can put out a video and literally get no views in a
Yeah.
whole 24-hour period. I'm like,
I don't
just
remember
by
seeing
accident, somebody would click on it,
I don't
If,
remember seeing your latest one. I'll have to go back and look.
well, not now. It's finally it went like a little over 2 days, I think, and I had I think 45 views or something like that, and I'm thinking there's just something wrong here because not that I mean I know it's a new channel and all that, but if YouTube is suggesting it, there'd be a few people clicking on it, if nothing else, by accident.
Right.
And so I thought, well, let me do a new thumbnail. Maybe it's you know that's what they say to try is a new different thumbnail. So I put a different thumbnail on it, and it still has not done anything. It's been on there about a week now, and I think it's got 70 views or something like that. And I'm like, for whatever reason, YouTube is just not wanting to suggest that video to anybody. So I don't know
Well, I
because
saw
the other
somebody.
two videos I did before that, it's the same thing, a new channel with only a handful of subscribers, and they got like 200 or 300 views. So I don't know. I don't know
Hmm.
what the deal is. So yeah, I guess some of them are hanging it up here. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and close it out too. I don't know if anything will get fixed in post production with YouTube, and maybe they'll get the buffering thing straightened out or whatever. But this is not cool to do this because this is my other channel. This is my 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 monetized channel, so everything should be good with it. But
Yeah, this is your bread and butter. This is how you make
yeah, this
things.
is how I make all them big bucks. Yeah, if you guys only knew.
Oh, I know.
it's it's really just content because I haven't because I other than these live streams I haven't put out a video on this channel. I haven't done any more cutting boards or anything like that. So I haven't done anything in about a month other than these live streams. And these live streams, uh, people just don't watch live. They might watch it, to get some information or something if they think the topic's going to be interesting to them. But for the most part, people don't want to watch live streams. Um, so they've never done that well. But oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, we're
So
down to one. And if you're still on YouTube, you're probably the one.
I am.
So
Let me,
so
well,
we got
I almost said, let me log off of YouTube and I'll see if it drops to zero. But if I log off
well
YouTube, I
now
got no
well
way in going.
it shot up to okay. Rob is commenting and he says still not any stream. So I guess it's stuck
Yeah.
buffering.
Yeah.
So and of course Rob probably can't hear me when I say that. Hey, it may straighten itself out during the the rerun. I don't know. But we had that trouble that one time where I started and it recorded about 10 seconds of video and then EVMux died and it said, "Hey, restart the thing." Well, of course, then the link for YouTube was all wrong and all that. That was a cluster.
Well,
But
I just logged off, so see if it drops to nobody watching.
well, I think there's some people still out there. They just can't watch anything because it's
Yeah,
buffering so bad. It looks like Marcelo and Rob Hampton are the two that's probably showing up here. So,
yeah.
well, we won't. Yeah, we think it did. We're still here, but YouTube is dumb. Yeah.
Well, you could end the stream and start another one and see if it pops up.
Yeah, I don't think I'll do that. We'll just yeah, it's at 0 now. So we'll just go ahead and sign off here and see what happens with the replay thing. See if YouTube gets it straightened out or what. So all right, well nobody can hear me, so if you're watching this on the replay, we're gonna go ahead and play the outro just for habit, and we will try again next week. And hopefully YouTube or EVMux or whatever, whichever one's causing the problem. It looks like it's a YouTube problem to me this time. Maybe they'll have it straightened out. So anyway, Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, which I guess won't nobody know this unless they watch the replay before Saturday. Go watch Making It Up As We Go. Ryan and Paul will be over there doing some shenanigans and stuff. And other than that, we will see y'all next week.
See y'all.
See ya. Yep.